Thanks for joining us. A new, grimmer assessment of the health of Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez is generating new controversy. Vice President Nicolas Maduro was among Mr. Chavez's supporters praying for him Friday. The mass took place at a new chapel at the military hospital in Caracas, where Maduro said the ailing president is getting chemotherapy after his fourth cancer operation.
President Hugo Chavez is in good spirits, but fighting for his life. We have to let him rest.
But Chavez's opposition is questioning the government's description of the president's health. Have a look at a protest by students near the Supreme Court. The opposition says the government is lying about Chavez's condition to stall a new presidential election. Government officials deny it. Journalist Phil Gunson is in the Venezuelan capital and joins us now via Skype from Caracas. How much does anyone really know about the president's health, and how are they being told?
Well, outside of a very small circle of his closest aides and ministers, nobody knows anything. One or two people, some journalists, claim to have sources that tell them always different things. I mean, nobody's got a consistent answer. But the fact is, we've not heard from a doctor since this whole crisis began a year and a half ago. We still get political messages. We get communiques from the government, which sometimes seem positive, sometimes seem more negative, but are always extremely vague. And although, as you say, one could interpret the Vice President's latest statement as looking worse for Mr. Chavez, on the other hand, his son-in-law, the Science Minister Jorge Arriaza, was saying that he was perfectly tranquil, perfectly calm, receiving his treatment, and everything was under control.
That is an intriguing contradiction, given that the vice president basically is describing the president as being at death's door. I'm curious, though, about what exactly the opposition wants, in addition to knowing the full account of the president's health. What kind of plot do they see in manipulating that kind of information, if that's what's being done?
Well, it's really very odd, because most political commentators here feel that the government's best interests would be served by moving to a quick election, by acknowledging the fact that Mr. Chavez is not coming back to the presidency, moving to a quick election, taking advantage of the fact that the opposition really is in quite a lot of disarray, and having Mr. Maduro, who's Chavez's anointed successor, elected as the new president, restoring, if you like, the constitutional thread, which seems to have been lost in the last few weeks. But the government doesn't seem to see it that way, unless, of course, there's one possibility is, for example, that Mr. Chavez himself is refusing to resign, refusing to give up, refusing to allow things to proceed as it looks inevitable that they will.